Hey, and welcome to the Gentleman's Journey. In this video, we're going to be covering how I care for the copper rough and tough leather by Red Wing Boot Company. Friends, I don't want it to be a long video because just like your boot camp routine, it should just take maybe an hour or less on a Sunday afternoon. So let's get into it. Now guys, this is going to be just as controversial as any other video is around caring for leather and boots because guys just can't seem to come together on this topic. Friends, there's so many care products, so many routines, and we're just going to be covering mine. So unfortunately, I would say I actually haven't cared for these boots at all since I got them. That's in part because I've been really busy and had other things to do, but also because I've been thinking about this video for a long time, and I wanted to kind of show you guys what it looks like. Now that's one option I see all the time is just don't touch your boots. These are work boots, just let them go and they get that awesome patina maybe once or twice a year. That's really not my style. I actually care for them like once a month or something, but I just haven't had an opportunity to do that. So friends, I ended up taking these boots down to Arizona. We kicked them around a little bit over at the Grand Canyon. We just got back from a trip up in Maine, and so we were traveling around. They found their way in the back of the truck several times when I was wearing my other pair of boots and out on the beach and stuff, and then I ended up doing the census. So the census, of course, is just like a UPS driver or a mailman. I'm in and out of the car like 50 times, and so I've really beat these things up, and this is how they're holding up. So friends, we're not going to be too concerned about the boot itself. This is the 2942 Roughneck by Red Wing, but Red Wing offers this leather in all kinds of their boots, and so we're focusing in on that. So without further ado, let's get into my process. The first step that I take when I'm cleaning my boots, especially on a major clean like this where I'm going to wash them and stuff first, is removing these laces. We want to get the laces off so we know what we're working with. But the first pro tip I got for you guys is pause the video now and order yourself a second pair of laces. Friends, I'm going to have a link in the description below where you can get the laces like this for this boot, but just make sure and pick yourself up another set today because you don't want to be off, whether it's on a business trip or just around the house and have a lace bust, and then you're either having to run to the store and find maybe an off color or something ugly that you don't want, or wait till something comes in on Amazon. So friends, maybe you're wanting to try a new color lace or something, just get you a second set today and you'll be set. After you got the laces off and you've inspected them, then it's time to grab the boots and just drop them a couple times on a hard surface. That way you're going to start shaking loose all the dirt possible, and then you're going to grab your horsehair brush and just clean them as good as you can, still trying to get as much of that surface level dirt and dust off before we start the washing process. The next step is cleaning it, and you can definitely get by with saddle soap. I've used that on all my boots until this guy from California, Red Wing, sent me a shoe care kit. Now friends, what I have here is this leather foam cleaner, and it says that you do like 3 ounces of water and then a couple capfuls of this. So obviously make sure and follow the instructions yourself, but we're gonna get into cleaning these a bit. All right, so this one has a sponge, and so we're gonna completely saturate the whole entire boot. Now this comes with a sponge, but a tool that I also like to have in my kit is one of these little brushes. You can find these at Walmart. Get them online. I'll have links down in the description below, but really you could get a toothbrush if that's what you have. And what this does is it gets right around that welt. It gets in those stitches, and it really gets all the rocks and stuff cleaned out around the stitches, because if you don't do the stitches, then that's where rocks can start grinding. Every time you take a step and every time you move, you're actually grinding rocks and little pebbles into those stitches, and that's just gonna shorten the life of those stitches really quickly. And so that's an area that you want to make sure and hit. And again, we're just cleaning, and you can imagine this process is just going to be a few minutes of your time, and it's not something that you want to skip. Every few months I would clean them. We're going to condition them in between cleaning every other month or so. It just depends on how you're wearing them, and that's something that you're going to start understanding as you start cleaning them and getting to know your boots more yourself, and just depending on if you're going on a lot of hikes or if you're just a person wearing them to work and back, maybe in the city, you could get by with a couple months. And so that's going to be all gauging on your own time. Obviously some people are going to have some thoughts in the comments below, and we appreciate those because this is my gentleman's journey and everyone has their own journey, and there's people a lot farther ahead than I am in this stuff, and then there's people that are just starting out. You know, I watch a lot of Kirby Allison, and he does a much more in-depth process on a whole different type of leather, and that's something that I really enjoy. Like he says, get out all your boots and your shoes and just kick back and watch some TV on a Sunday evening and just have fun with it. It's a time where you're cleaning and polishing and your mind just drifts away, so I really enjoy that. So I went on cleaning for a little bit just to make sure that these things were looking good off camera, but now we're gonna let them dry up really good. If you have time, I wanted to see why you couldn't just let them sit overnight. That's probably the ideal situation, but now let's talk about what we're gonna condition them with. So this is where it gets controversial, so I'm looking forward to some comments. I think that'll be fun, but really not too controversial is really people like the Red Wing leather cream. And so this is a special product that's really designed for the heritage line, and it's going to keep that natural look. And so if you're really not interested in any type of winter protection, but you just want to keep that patina looking good and try to keep the original leather look as much as possible, then go with this. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Another thing that Red Wing offers is this all natural leather conditioner. So this has a natural blend of pine pitch, mink oil, and beeswax. And so that mink oil is what they say is supposed to change the color a bit, but it's going to offer some really good protection in the winter. So I think I'm actually going to use this on another pair of my work boots, but save it from these ones more as an experiment, not as I care too much about the patina on these. That's not my main reason for not using it, but I'm really doing an experiment with this leather cream. And so another thing that, you know, I don't think is too controversial is this Venetian shoe cream, and it's so popular, friends. I think it works really good on all sorts of leather. I use this on my other Thursday Captains. It's done really nice. I really like this one. A bit of a smell, but again, it has some questionable stuff in there, so if you're trying to keep that all natural and keep that look up, then you probably avoid that as well. And the last option, friends, is this Saphir Oil Leather Greasy Cream. You know, Kirby Allison got me onto Saphir as a company. There's a couple levels up from this that you could go. I think it's upwards of $25 for a little bitty jar. It's supposed to be some awesome stuff. I'd probably go that route on some dress shoes or something like that. But these have also been really good on my Captains and then some other work boots that I have. So this is a great option. But friends, today we're going to be sticking all with Red Wing products because I got this special kit from a new friend out in California. He owns a Red Wing store or two, and he has a Facebook group called Boot Talk. I'm going to put a link to that in the description. Go check him out. And friends, if you're looking for any kind of Red Wing stuff, always go to the website and make sure and go check them out over there. I think he'd be a great guy. He has some amazing advice in that group, and it's a fun little thing for you guys to check out. So, hey, let's get into conditioning these boots. The moment my boots have been waiting for. Friends, these boots are, you know, almost 3 months old, and they're pretty thirsty, so I know they're going to be happy with me. So what I'm doing here is I got the leather cream, of course, and a little rag. This stuff's very pure, so you can use your fingers all you want. Often with some of the other stuff, like the Venetian shoe cream, I just kind of like to go ahead and use rubber gloves, especially the Saphir stuff. Actually, my hands turn kind of brown after that, and that's just not a great look. And so at that point, I like to wear these rubber gloves. But this stuff's obviously known to be so clean that you're just fine to use it with your hand. And we're just going to go in a circular motion like you would basically anything else in life. Wash on, wash off, wax on, wax off type of situation. And again, the smell is great. There's nothing strong coming off at all. I can already see it penetrating the leather, and it just looks fantastic. Yeah, on a lot of Sunday evenings, you can catch me dragging out all my boots and doing the same thing. It's kind of fun because I have different creams for different boots, and it's a whole ordeal. It's kind of dramatic for a guy to have this whole system, but I'm really enjoying it. So friends, one of the last things you can do is get this Phoebing's sole treatment. It's called edge dressing, and you can hit up the front of the boot. That's where you scuff it a lot, and that could improve that. These ones didn't need it today. This leather cream did just fine, so I'm really liking how that looks. As it's drying, I really like it. I'm going to do a side-by-side, and so you guys can see the before and after and see what you think of it. See what you think of the color and how that changed. I'm really happy. I really like this color. Of course, the roughnecks come in another color as well, but It did darken it. I think it's going to lighten up here in about an hour or so once that starts drying. But friends, I'm going to do this one last thing. It's a leather protector by Red Wing. It came in the kit and it has no silicone. So I looked it up a little bit. A few of the reviews did say that this one guy had troubles with little spots, so buyer beware. I'm actually going to hold it back about a foot, and that way it's just like a nice mist going on there. And then I'm just going to let it dry out. Put the laces on, and we're going to call it good. So friends, I hope you like this content. Thanks so much for watching to the end. We got some new boots coming soon. I can't wait to get those on and do some more videos for you. It's getting colder here in Colorado, so we're going to take some of these boots out and try them out on the ice and snow, so that ought to be fun. I appreciate all the engagement in the comments below. Tell me, what's the boot you're wearing today? I'd love to hear. Maybe let me know if there's any other boots that you'd like to see me try on. Maybe there's some I haven't heard of yet. I'm always excited to do that, and we want to expand this channel 20 times here in 2021, so we're excited about that. But I think we're going to finish the year off strong with a few more videos from this channel, so stay with us. But guys, make sure and check the description below. You're going to find any of the links for the products we talked about today, including these boots. Again, it's more of a leather care video, but I can't say enough about how good these boots have been for me. So I would buy them again today. So friends, thanks for hanging with us, and we'll catch you in the next video.